Hey Internet, this is Nate, and welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to cover today the sorting process as well as a first peek into all four house common rooms, and also talk a little bit about kind of how the starting of the game works. And basically the summary is we arrive late to Hogwarts after having the full beginning, which is honestly really impressive, really cool. If you haven't yet seen that or played that, the beginning for me was a huge surprise. But anyway, we've been through all of that, and now we finally arrived late to Hogwarts. And even though we've arrived quite late, we are still going to be allowed to be sorted into one of the four houses. The sorting process, you're going to get asked a couple of questions. Those questions, while they give an initial house recommendation, the reality is you can pick any house you want. You're always able to just select from the four which one you want to play in.
Welcome. You're just in time. Have a seat.
Ah, yes. A bit older than the others, aren't you? You come here with preferences and preconceptions. Certain expectations.
I'm looking forward to meeting my professors and learning all I can at Hogwarts.
Indeed. Hogwarts has much to offer a dedicated student. And what you learn in class will prepare you for challenges outside the classroom as well. I wonder... I detect something in you. A certain sense of... what is it?
So again, as mentioned, you can pick one of the four choices here. It doesn't, I mean, obviously the four correspond to the different houses. So Daring corresponds with Gryffindor, Curiosity with Ravenclaw, Loyalty with Hufflepuff, and Ambition with Slytherin. We'll just pick Daring, but in the end, you'll be able to pick whichever one you want. This does not lock in your choice of house.
A sense of adventure? I like to think that I'm not afraid of anything.
Oh, but you're brave at heart, exceptionally daring, undaunted by the unknown, willing to forge ahead alone when you must. Perhaps you belong in Gryffindor.
Again, if you want to choose a different house, just select the option to choose a different house, and you can pick one of the four. But we're just going to go ahead and go forward with Gryffindor here.
Ahead alone when you must. Better be Gryffindor.
It's most uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. This should be quite an adventure.
I'm looking forward to it.
I remember the first time I entered the Gryffindor common room after being sorted.
You were a Gryffindor?
I am a Gryffindor. Never could remember the password when I was a girl, however.
Password?
Password?
The password is Grata Domum.
Grata Domum.
You may enter.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
So as you saw, just like in the book and the movies, The Gryffindor house is behind the portrait of the fat lady. And now we get to see our dorm room.
Looks like
Keep in mind,
gone.
the dorm rooms all look
Let's head to the common
relatively
room.
similar. But, you know, we're going to have different flag arrays. There will be some minor differences. Paintings will be different. Portraits will be different. But largely the structure of each of the common rooms of the houses is the same. There's going to be another identical room down here in the lower level. Again, some minor differences, different posters and things that the different students will have put on the walls. Still largely Gryffindor decor with Gryffindor flags. And then we can run upstairs. We have a giant Gryffindor lion. It's nice, as well as a really nice tapestry depiction there. We can run upstairs. There's another, if you go all the way upstairs,
The common room.
there is a third one. We're not going to go up there because it's going to look the same as the other two. But here's our kind of first peek into the common room itself. You can see, again, very, very, very strong color theming here with the red and gold. You have the Gryffindor crest above the fireplace and the flags. And every one of these starting areas, you're going to have to do the same thing, which is talk to some of your housemates. We got some trophies up here from house cups and Quidditch winners. You see some of the portraits here also moving, highlighting some of the previous Quidditch players for Gryffindor. There is a second staircase here.
Must be.
We can try to go up it very quickly. You'll remember from the books. Yeah, that happens when you try to go up the stairs, which is pretty funny. And then, yeah, so then we're going to have three characters, the three of the main ones from Gryffindor that we're going to have to talk to. In this case, it's going to be Cressida here. We have Nellie up there on the fireplace. And then we have the Weasley,
really like someone to try
Gareth over here as well. And there you go. That's your peek into the Gryffindor common room.
Oh, what did I do wrong this time?
All right, so second up, we're going to choose Ravenclaw. Again, more around creativity, intelligence, and wit. I mean, you could just read that.
You belong in Ravenclaw!
Oh,
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I am, Professor.
This is the entrance to the Ravenclaw common room. You must solve a riddle to enter. I won't be of much help, I'm afraid. This sort of thing has always confounded me.
Who lived longer? The ghost or the poltergeist?
A ghost or a poltergeist? A non-being can never have been.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
And again, as we saw in the books, and I don't think we ever saw it in the movie, but in the books, you have to answer a riddle to get into the Ravenclaw house. They don't use a password system. And we
Looks
do have a
like
slightly
everyone's gone.
different common room structure
Let's head to
here
the common room.
with the blue drapes. And instead of a 5-person bedroom, we've got a 4-person bedroom. We have study desks. And then, you know, the heavy Ravenclaw color scheme and flags and posters. Very cool. And just like before, we have another room at the bottom of the stairs. Here. And a third one if we go even deeper. Here's the Ravenclaw bathroom. Very glamorous. Very big. Get some privacy curtains here. Looks like somebody forgot to open their curtain when they were done. How disrespectful. We can turn on the taps if we want. Then we have the final bedroom here as well. But let's go back up to the top. And get a good overlook over the common room. There we are.
Flying on a broom. I prefer the safety of a thestral drawn carriage.
You got this nice constellation ceiling, which looks super cool. You have the again blue banner and flags.
Brilliant, Amit. Brilliant.
Just like before, we're gonna have three characters we need to talk to. That's going to be Amit,
That is not how that.
I'd like to retire.
Samantha,
I'm not sure this is the right spot.
and where is person number? Oh, over here.
Just have to wait.
That's
for
right. We also have the second part of the
moment.
room. Here are some ghosts in here as well that kind of just hang out. The common room. We have the statue from the movie as well. It's quite cool, or from the books. And you can see it's all very, very, very astronomy and intellectual focused. And then you have, oops, excuse me, you have the exit to the common room going down there. Very cool. Very, very, very different style than what we saw with Gryffindor. Oh yeah, here's our third one, Everett here. And just like before, we try to go up the wrong staircase. Oh no, not up. Up is fine. It's down. If we try to go down, the guards are going to stop us. You're only allowed to go into your side of the dorm. Do not cross over. And then there's finally this like very, very upper area as well, which is a little bit more open. Ooh, that's right. I forgot there's the piano up here too, which is super cool. And there you go. That is a look at... Oh, wait, there's one more little staircase here. I don't think I ever went up here. Oh, that's because we can't. Secret door at the top. Yeah, that's a look into the Ravenclaw common room. Okay, third up is Hufflepuff, known for patience, loyalty, and hard work. Let's jump into it.
Better be Hufflepuff!
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a fifth year. Might be a bit of work, but I'm sure that's never stopped you before.
It hasn't, Professor.
Now, here we are at the entrance to the Hufflepuff Common Room.
This is the entrance.
Indeed. I will explain what to do, but I hesitate to do it myself as one errant knock leads to being doused in vinegar. Most unpleasant. You must tap the barrel, 2 from the bottom, middle of the second row, in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff. Well done. Now go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
All right. So I don't know that the books, at least as far as I'm aware, ever overtly explain how to get into the Hufflepuff common room. Certainly, I don't remember hearing about tapping barrels to the rhythm of Helga
Looks like
Hufflepuff.
everyone's gone.
But there we are.
Let's head to the common room.
This common room, definitely, I would say a little bit more similar to Gryffindor's, although it still is a 4-person room. But yeah, you see, again, more of that, like, orange colors. Although there is, I don't know, why do they have, okay, that's, anyway. That kind of orange and green as well. And what do we have here? Just 2 guys chilling in the door. This reminds me of, like, honestly, like a hobbit hole. That's the first thing I thought of. Okay, here would be another hobbit hole. Looks like it's very similarly constructed with the Hufflepuff flag in the back there. And true to Hufflepuff being very skilled at herbology, plant growth, you see all of the plant growth happening all over the place. I don't know if we are we less restrictive in terms of rooms here? It looks like there is not a restriction on rooms like we saw with the other 2 houses so far. As you can tell, this is my first time jumping into the Hufflepuff room in my playthroughs. But I assume just like the others, we're going to find the 3 people we're supposed to talk to. They are going to be Lenora, Everly. We have very cool, like, hanging garden style central common room. Then we have Adelaide Oaks. And finally, Arthur Plumley. Trying to get a cat down from up on this shelf here. And that's the way, yeah, that's the way out. Let's see if we can go upstairs.
You don't need to be
Oh,
frightened,
nice.
little
The
cat.
Chudley Cannons. Oh. I guess we cannot go upstairs.
Arthur's got you. It's all right.
There's a nice house ghost there. Oh, yeah, that's the friar. The fat friar. Is it fat friar? I can't remember, but it's the friar that represents the Hufflepuff
Beautiful owl.
house there. Definitely not as big as Ravenclaw. I would say slightly smaller than Gryffindor's common house as well. Still very cool. And that is, let's see if there's anything else that's interesting to kind of note here. Not too much. I will say a lot less prominent
There you are.
flags compared to the other 2 houses, which are just covered in flags. This one is much, much more natural looking with the hanging gardens, the vines, the plants, and then kind of muted colors around the side. Ooh, look, these cactuses are very happy. Look at them just bouncing. Very nice. All right, and that's the Hufflepuff common room.
There you are.
And finally, we're going to look at Slytherin, known for cunning, ambition, and hunger for power, and generally known as the house of future evil wizards. Let's check it out.
You belong in Slytherin!
It's quite uncommon for a student to begin as a 5th year. It may be a bit of a challenge, but one I'm sure you're up for.
I can be quite resourceful.
I suspected as much. This is the entrance to the Slytherin common room. In order to enter, one must simply speak the correct password. Aspiration.
Very well.
Aspiration.
Well done. Now, go on in and get some sleep. You have a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I shall be back in the morning to collect you for your first class.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy your first night at Hogwarts. Sleep well.
All right, and there we have the Slytherin entrance to the, or the entrance to the Slytherin common room through the dungeons, with the password opening up the snake entrance. And I think in a kind of funny irony
Looks like
that
everyone's gone.
Both
Let's head to the common room.
Slytherin and Gryffindor are the two houses that use passwords. They have probably the most similar bunk room setup. You know, the two houses that are generally at each other's throats the most happen to be very similar. There's certainly got to be some kind of commentary there. Anyway, we have the other rooms. I think that way goes to the main entrance. Just kind of take a look around here. We have a whole bunch of different rooms here, and then we have the way up to the common room here. And what you'll see in this common room, again, huge ornate celebration of Salazar Slytherin. We have tons of snake imagery, massive banners and drapes all throughout the house. Common room. I assume we're not going to be allowed. Oh no, we're totally good to explore everywhere. That's interesting. Very interesting. No guards to stop us this time. Okay, that will be a treasure, secret treasure there. And again, we have Salazar Slytherin once again with a snake and a skull. But it's very tall, very ornate. Granite carved.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Common room. And like with all the other houses, we're gonna have our 3 housemates that we need to introduce ourselves to.
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food.
These are like so big.
Did you see the way they
This place is crazy. Oh, sorry, my bad. We have another massive open room here. There's one, Imelda Reyes. There's number 2, Ominous Gaunt. Then the third one, excuse me, I think is in the other room. Over there. There he is.
That is not helpful.
Sebastian Sallow. Like really crazy here. Oh, and there's the girls' dormitories. But yeah, man, this place is like honestly incredibly impressive. I would say out of the houses, definitely Ravenclaw and Slytherin with the largest spaces, most ornate spaces. Very impressive common rooms. And certainly Slytherin being the most gaudy of all of the house common rooms with the massive ceilings, all the snakes, the celebration of their leader. I guess Ravenclaw also does have a statue as well. Yeah, very impressive. And that is all of the house common rooms and the sorting process and a kind of first peek at the different characters we're going to meet in each of the different houses. If you like this video, please give it a like. As well, if you want to join me live as I'm doing my playthroughs of Hogwarts Legacy, you can check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/never_Nathaniel. And with that, I will see you guys next time. See you later.